Short. I'm Donaldson, joined by Mr. Luke Moore.
Hello,
Luke,
everyone.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm all right, thanks.
We're going to do a lot of emails this
I think we should.
because I think we need to empty our sack like Santa
Yeah.
of
that's a good
letters
idea.
and emails and stuff.
So, interestingly enough, the next time people hear from us, it will be Christmas Day.
What?
You heard
Who's
me.
doing that? A dirty Christmas Day treat?
So we have to work out what we're going to talk about. Maybe we'll just do a completely normal show so people can have a break from Christmas.
Exactly. We'll talk about the summertime, like what you're doing in the
That'd be
summer.
nice.
Went to visit Paddington on the South Bank at the weekend, Luke.
Did you go to the production or did you just sort of...
Not the theatre. There's a experiential kind of Paddington thing that's taking place, and it was basically next to the London Dungeon. You know where the London Dungeon's been
I do.
repositioned from London Bridge? It's now in
all those out of work actors out there trying to
exactly.
be funny?
It's now in it's now next to the wheel, and the you go in basically, and
Where the Shrek experience is.
yes, it's next to the Shrek experience. Which also sounds great. So went in and you get in Paddington's train. Paddington's lost his suitcase, Luke.
Oh, what?
It's got the recipe for marmalade sandwiches.
Did you just go on your own to this, yeah?
Yeah. 45 minutes late. They were running late because apparently the man who's supposed to turn everything on didn't come and turn everything on in the morning. That is bare minimum.
You were rolling your sleeves up. I'll get in there.
I'll get in there.
Get your wrench out.
Where are we next? Peru. As we get on the train, and then we suddenly arrive at, I don't know who the family are who own Paddington. The Bonds? Are they the Bonds? I don't know.
Is it a Bonfire? I don't know.
I don't know. They're fucking.
I enjoyed both the movies,
yeah.
but I can't tell you the too many details.
Anyway,
about
so they've got a young lass playing the mum, wearing like hippy dippy clothes, and you sort of go, fucking hell.
So this is live action.
Live action.
Fine.
She
So it's like an
comes out.
immersive theatre experience.
Yeah, she comes in. She's like, I've got to. I think she was talking about maybe creating something for Christmas. I'm not sure. And she was like, I've got to put all this bunting up and all stuff. And it's just like, that's fucking. It's posh, innit, Paddington?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So that was doing me nutty a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, you go in and this is Paddington's house. And it's done out like the film. So it's, beautifully done, nicely put together. I'd even go if you didn't have a kid and you were just a fan of Paddington.
How many people do they let in at once?
Probably about 20 people,
Okay.
I would say. And you get in and Paddington's made a real mess in the kitchen. He's put paint everywhere. And then you got to rearrange these. It's a bit escape roomy. You got to rearrange these pictures of Paddington to add for some reason. And then you can hear Paddington in the next room. He's always in the next room. Yeah, always in the next room.
Yeah.
And he's always like dropping paint cans and setting fire to stuff in the kitchen. And then this Scottish woman comes in. She takes us in the kitchen, and we got to do chores in the kitchen. And I'm tired, but it was very good. Then I don't know what happened. Something happens. I wasn't really listening. We're in the larder. Then a wall of the larder disappears, and we're in Peru.
Wow.
And my daughter's got to find all of the oranges to make the marmalade.
Huh.
And
That sounds pretty good.
it was really good. It was really good, but posh. A lot of posh actors.
Do you actually see
actors acting posh?
Do you actually see Paddington at the end?
At the very end, you finally get the coup de grace is an animatronic Paddington with. I'd kind of think they could have done it better. Bearing in mind they've got loads of actors in different, they're done on safari and all doing different stuff. And then at the end, when you see Paddington, next to them is in. It's just a person like a security guard. They're just standing there with an earpiece, as if to sort of go, "Do not touch fucking Paddington. If you touch Paddington, you're in big trouble."
I wonder if it's the same people who did the animation, the Paddington Bear production thing.
It's in no way as realised, let's say, the animatronic. But
it's interesting you used the phrase coup de grace for that,
right.
because coup de grace, according to the dictionary definition,
it's a finisher, isn't it? It's
the final blow or shot given to kill a wounded person or animal.
Exactly.
Is that how you felt?
That's how I felt. Let's get out of here. I want another hot dog. And then you get to see Paddington. They get to leave, and
Did the whole family,
really magical.
Was it fun for the whole family?
It was fun for the whole family, especially the smallest of the whole family.
So I've got a little theory about this. I may have mentioned it to you before, but I'll just re-up it if I have. People will forgive me, I'm sure, at this time of year. They'll be charitable about it.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting how the massive increase in immersive experiences for human beings in this country, I don't know about other countries, it seems to be totally relentless. It's almost as if, to me, it feels like people can't get happy in their actual lives, so they need to escape all the time to secret cinema, immersive experiences,
right?
All this kind of other stuff that goes on.
Can't you say that about everything, though?
No, I don't think so. I think
television, drugs,
I think
booze.
Yeah, sure, but I think it's really recently it's become everywhere, that kind of stuff. Everything's like an immersive experience these days.
It's the old bum train. They started that off, didn't they? You
What's
sort of
that?
like the Bum Bum train. That was like a kind of quite a fancy kind of popular immersive theatre experience back in the day, and like you couldn't get tickets to London Money. I didn't go in the end.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's like in a big warehouse in sort of East London. It was really
But
successful.
everywhere you go in London now, Crystal Maze, life-size Monopoly, fucking escape room.
Because it's half like a bit of community sort of stuff. It's competitive because people have to be competitive these days, and also the third thing is it's very Instagrammable.
Yeah, that's
isn't
true.
it? Hey, look, I'm in the TV show.
I just think
there's
something in the escapism of it. I went to one recently. I bought a couple of tickets for a thing called Frameless.
What the fuck is Frameless?
So you go to a gallery near Marble Arch, and rather than going to see, say, Vincent van Gogh's self-portrait, which of course is in some gallery somewhere else, so you can't. They have
screens.
they have a massive, almost warehouse-sized room, and you stand in the middle of it, and the painting comes to life, and it kind of washes over you with these sounds and these colours and these. Yeah, it's really interesting. But they've got maybe 6 or 7 of them in the same complex,
right?
So there'll be a big Rubens kind of. I guess what's Rubens like? I don't know, post-impressionist or impressionist, whatever, that kind of thing. And the whole thing will just wash over you over and over again. And you go into the next room, and it's a different type of art, like a Da Vinci or something, or the Mona Lisa or something.
Right.
It's kind of interesting. But my point being that like people for some reason love that immersive shit these days. I don't think that's always been the case.
It's just another thing to kind of. I just think LED technology has sort of gotten so good. Projector technology has gotten so good these days because it used to be like. You see,
it's part to do with tech as well. Then,
yeah, I think it's the advances have sort of come along that you can have really bright projectors these days that do some crazy stuff. That are like really high definition, I suppose. They're really expensive, but you can always hear the fans as well. Whenever there's anything like that, it's like, and it's the fans on the projector to keep it cool.
We should give people the. Do you know what I thought about the frameless thing? I thought it was a really cool thing for, say, I don't know, like pre-teens to introduce them to art in like an exciting way. Because I think if you're someone who has grown up in the generation that is now, I think it probably would for a younger person be like a little bit boring just looking at a painting. I kind of understand why that would be. They're not going to appreciate it. Whereas if you can introduce them in that way, it might be quite exciting. It's genuinely really well done.
Yeah.
Like
think of the electricity bill though.
I know. We should do an immersive Luke and Pete show experience.
What would it be?
Just us sitting around moaning about how tired we are.
There'd be a bread man. There'd be a toilet in the corner of the room.
Explain to people that guy.
A policeman emailed in saying that there was a man who would go around public toilets with loaves of bread, wiping the bread on the toilet seat and then eating the bread. Really?
Yeah, we were pretty unclear about what crime has been committed there, weren't we?
I think indecency has to be. Public decency has to be.
What, with bread?
Yeah, but like you're eating.
He got his old.
You're eating toilet bread in the toilet. That is a public nuisance at the bare minimum.
Has he got his old man out while he's doing it?
I think any judge. I think there's a lot of leeway with public indecency. I think any judge worth his bread would be would sort of say that is a challenging image.
Anyone would be appalled.
Yeah, they're like. I think it's not, and very much like London. You know, never swing at someone who's got nothing to lose. It's like if they're doing that. If that's their entree, what will be their coup de grace?
So basically, you're kind of concerned about what direction it's going to go.
What direction it's going? If that's the thing he's doing quietly and furtively by himself, what's he working up to? You know, that guy was eating toilet bread.
Yeah,
and he
he's wiping the bread around the toilet seat and then eating it. Yeah, it's just the thing I can't get past about it. It was obviously disgusting, but it's just so specific.
Yeah. I completely agree.
It's just so specific. Like if you hear,
how do you discover the love for that? Oh, I would love to eat that.
It's very creative. Because I mean,
are some breads better for it?
People are into what they're into, right?
Would a brioche not be better? Because at least you get the sweetness of the bread, and it would be soft and yielding. And maybe he's thinking about carbs.
The things that annoys me is when people serve up brioche as a burger bun, is they don't toast the bun.
Right.
And it falls apart.
Right.
The beauty of a brioche for a burger.
You simply have to
toast
it.
Or you
Where are you buying your brioche from? Sounds like the weather's got to it.
Just your Communal Garden brioche brand. But what I'm saying is if you slice a brioche bun, my advice would be to everyone,
you have to toast it.
Spread it with butter.
Right.
And then just put it face down, butter side down, the frying pan for a few minutes.
Can I interest you?
Makes a massive difference.
Can I interest you in mayonnaise? A thin layer of mayonnaise. Thin layer of mayonnaise.
That would do the same job as butter, would it?
I think so, yeah. Just fat and salt in it.
In the US, it's much more common to use mayonnaise than it is butter on your sandwich. In my experience.
Would you not want both? I just think there's something sort of about I had a bit of toast without butter. I had jam on toast last week. Without butter. Absolutely terrible. No. I don't know what it is. Weird.
It's not. You need that richness. You need that kind of fatty layer.
You need the salt to bring out the flavours.
Let's get a quick early break in because we've got a load of emails to do. So we should just get through them, shouldn't we?
Do that. Okay. We're back with the Luke and Pete Show. And as promised, you guys got in touch via hello@lukeandpeteshow.com and we are going to read out some bloody emails. Lot of food poisoning chat this week, Luke.
Which is still pertinent because you had food poisoning last week. And sometimes I feel like, we're going to miss the boat because we're not going to talk about Pete food poisoning. But then I think, you know what, it'll always come around again.
Yeah, exactly.
And it came around again last night. So lovely stuff.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of emails. Yeah, we got loads of emails about food poisoning. I selected the best 3. I've also got a raccoon related one as well. But do you want to go ahead and pick one up first and foremost, Peter?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I will go with food poisoning one. Shall I just start at the start?
They're titled Food Poisoning 1, Food Poisoning 2, and Food Poisoning 3.
I'll go with Food Poisoning 1 then. Martin has got in touch. Hello, Martin. Hello, Luke and Pete. Following on from your food poisoning chat this week, I thought I'd share my own horror I've had to live with and be brought up at family gatherings for over 30 years now. We were finishing a family holiday about when I was 10 years old, and the morning we were flying home, I began to feel rough. I managed to hold it together through the airport and the flight, thankfully.
Well, that's a good effort.
That is an effort. I couldn't get home last night. I had to stay in a hostel. We recorded this a few days earlier, but I mean, amazing work. We landed at Manchester Airport and had these stairs down. I had the stairs down on the tarmac to then enter the terminal. I had my dad just ahead of me and had got down the full stairs before the taps turned on at both ends.
Wow.
I began shaking my head, probably saying, no, 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 but this just resulted in an Exorcist-style spray. My dad up ahead managed to somehow drop his duty-free wine in all the commotion, looked back at me, and then kept on walking to avoid having to deal with both the broken bottles and the horror scene I was involved in.
That's no father at all.
That's bad dadding.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had to change clothes, which resulted in me wearing my older sister's oversized jumper, and I can't remember what on the bottom half. I've been reminded of this beautiful scene so many times, I've lost all sense of embarrassment about it, so why not share it with you? Have a good Christmas. Avoid food poisoning if you can, Martin. But Martin, you did your family a solid there. I don't know why Dad decided to, turn tail and run.
I think given that you're 10 years old, that's outrageous from your dad.
Dad's got to take control.
I can't imagine doing that.
I turned up at, we were off for a wedding, and we turned up at my sister and brother-in-law's house because they were going to look after a baby for a little while. And as soon as we got there, vom happened. It was like, oh no. But she was fine off that. Yeah,
my son vommed when being looked after by my sister while we were away for the weekend. And to my sister's immense credit, she's got kids of her own. She's very good. She didn't tell us. She's like, don't bother them.
No.
And then we found out afterwards. She was like, he's absolutely fine. He hasn't vommed for 3 days now. Yeah. It's fine. But it can happen, mate. They're very sicky, aren't they?
I love it.
Before we overwhelm people with emails about food poisoning, I thought I'd just interject with this one about a raccoon.
A raccoon.
Because the two things we've talked about more recently that pertain to these emails are food poisoning and raccoons. Because you started off yesterday, whatever it would have been. Thursday show talking about raccoons. And Dan's been in touch. He says, hi guys, I live in northern Scotland in a rural area surrounded by woodland.
Oh.
Which sounds idyllic, absolutely idyllic. He says, back in 2018, I decided to buy a wildlife camera. The day it arrived, I just popped it out on the patio because the weather was good. And when I checked the footage the next morning, there, walking right towards the lens, was a raccoon. In Scotland.
Well, I didn't know yet. Weren't they invasive? Didn't you say they were invasive species or something?
I immediately phoned Scottish National Heritage. Scottish Natural Heritage, says Dan. They said it was probably something else patronising.
Yeah. That's cheeky.
So I sent them the photo, and they were shocked.
Have a bit of that.
They said I would immediately investigate.
Right.
Yeah, so you've changed your tune.
Yeah.
I'd have wanted more change out of them for that.
That's so arrogant. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
I'd have been like this. Oh, so can I just confirm it is a raccoon then? Yeah? And I'd have gone...
Chippy.
So you want to investigate it further, right? So can I just confirm, guys, before we get into that, we are all here agreeing about Procyon lotor, the Latin name of the of the carnivora order. I'd have really hammed it up. Anyway, just to cut a long story short, a local wildlife rescue centre had a raccoon that had escaped. I was supplied with a trap, and I captured him a few days later.
What?
So he captured a raccoon. He caught one.
Hang on. So they supplied him with the trap.
I guess they just put a trap in the.
Just put a trap down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he caught the raccoon. The raccoon had returned, and you think that would be the end of the story, right?
Yes, I think it would be. Yeah.
Well, you'd be wrong.
Right. Got out of the trap.
A few weeks later,
came back. Never forget.
Never forget. Set the camera up again.
Yeah.
Guess what he captured next?
Another raccoon.
A lovely raccoon.
Yeah.
Another raccoon.
Where are all these raccoons coming from?
Was it the same one, Peter?
I don't know. There was.
Well, I'm going to answer the question.
All right. Okay. Sorry. I thought you'd finished.
The answer was yes.
It was the same raccoon.
It had escaped again.
Yes.
And made its way several miles back to my garden, presumably following the stream. The rescue centre got a bollocking for not reporting the escape, and the little escape artist was captured once again and returned one last time.
Let's go for 3.
Dan ends the email by saying, why not just leave him be? Raccoons thrive in the UK climate and reproduce rapidly. Just look at Germany, where a few dozen escaped from a fur farm in 1945, and it's now estimated there are as many as 2 million raccoons in Germany. I guess, I don't know.
Trash pandas.
Maybe they're invasive, maybe they're a pest. I don't know enough about them. I think they're bloody cute. I'll definitely say that.
In Cornwall, in the UK, in last month, there was an overweight raccoon believed to be an escaped pet found just wandering around Cornwall. So
it does give a little bit of credit to the rumours about the kind of beast of Bodmin Moor and all that kind of stuff, doesn't it? Like an escape.
Could just be a fat raccoon.
Well, it could just be. I suppose there are protocols in place, as Dan is kind of intimated here when he says that the rescue centre got a bollocking for not reporting the escape.
Yeah.
If a big animal escapes from your zoo, you're going to have to tell someone.
You got to tell someone. I mean, there is a non-native species secretariat, apparently. And if you see something that doesn't look right, see it, say it, report it to the NSS.
I'd love that job, wouldn't you?
Well, you sort of go, yeah, but I would like to test their mettle. I'd like to sort of go, I've seen a dog and it's running around. And they'll be like, it's native to England. Don't worry about it. And I'll say, no, he's wearing a trucker cap.
Yeah.
So he's clearly from America.
Okay.
And
I've seen a bear.
A bear in a beret.
With a blue coat on.
A blue coat on.
Eating a sandwich.
Yeah. Peru.
Yeah, Paddington bear.
Paddington bear. Yeah.
So how would the conversation go after that?
I don't know. When you do an adoption, the adoption people have to get like they put a book together for you of your
sure.
Of their life, basically, of the child's life before they came to you, and you read it with them and stuff to make it clear that open adoptions, they know everything about the adoption and stuff. And one of the first pages on the life story book that we got given was here's a list of here's some characters from like fiction that have been adopted, and I was thinking, she's a 2.5-year-old kid. It's going to be like Paddington, isn't it? Because he was adopted. Iron Man. Big in the fucking, Avengers Assemble fucking universe, are we?
Yeah.
2.5-year-old girl.
I didn't even know Iron Man was adopted.
Apparently so. Not really the biggest part of his thing, really, is it? Not really the biggest part of his story. He's a multi-millionaire.
Origin stories are important.
Playboy, isn't he?
Marvel, aren't they?
They are, but I mean, it's not. I don't remember. Was Superman? I guess he sort of came from his own country. He was adopted by an American family, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Go with Iron Man. He's got an iron suit.
A lot of people talk about how like Batman could have, because like Bruce Wayne's a billionaire, isn't he?
Yeah.
Batman could have just funded the police department properly. Don't they? Rather than just do this.
Rather than do this silly nonsense. Yeah.
So any other adopted people that you wanted to mention in that section there, Peter?
I don't know. Sorry, I'd sort of I went away from the invasive species thing straight into, because it reminded me of Iron Man.
It's okay. I'm going to do another food poisoning email because comes from official archivist and statistician
Statsman.
of the Football Ramble, Jimmy to the B.
Yes.
I didn't know Jimmy was a Luke and Pete show guy as well, so good on him. Those people who listen to the Ramble regularly will know all about Jimmy to the B. So I'll leave that there. But his story goes as follows. You asked for food poisoning stories, so here we go. The year is 2014 and we're at the end of January, beginning of February, and I'm 18 months or so out from having a gastric bypass.
Whoa!
Now, one thing they don't tell you about having that surgery is if you end up getting a run-of-the-mill bout of food poisoning or a 24-hour bug or whatever, it absolutely fucks you.
Yeah.
Due to your body changing how it reacts to food and that your pipes and connections aren't working in the same way, the bug doesn't go anywhere, basically. It sticks around for a lot longer. This meant for me at the end of January 2014, I got ill with one of those little on the toilet for half a day bugs that was just going around the office, and I ended up being ill for over 3 days. He said, I was shitting and vomiting so much and bending over the loop to do so that I pulled a disc in my back and lost 2.5 stone in a week.
Well, it sounds like it's all working, I suppose, as expected, as needed.
He says, my body rejected everything that I'd drunk or eaten in the weeks beforehand. Most concerningly, though, it was also the time that Taylor Swift was touring the world on the Red Tour, and she was about to play a few shows at London's world-famous O2 Arena. Fast forward a couple of days, I still haven't really eaten properly, none of my clothes fit, and every intake of breath or movement in my sleep causes me nearly to yell in agony.
Oh, God.
I just can't miss it, though. I'd waited months, and not even the prospect of the nightmare I'd been through leaving me with no energy, the thought of seeing the Vamps as tour support, nor the visuals of looking like a 25-year-old hunchback of Notre Dame, the third row of the front of the gig would stop me. So I went. On a cold February night, we drove from Norwich to London in my friend's old Renault Clio 3-door.
Oh, my God. This sounds... Jimmy.
She drove as quick as possible, so I wouldn't be in the car for that long.
Oh, my God.
And we got on the Central line to change at Stratford before going to the O2 via the Jubilee line. It was hell. My back was broken, my lower half torn, and my eardrums trying to escape from the Vamps.
Oh, my God.
But it was worth it, because I reckon at one point Taylor Swift looked down at a hunchback in the third row, desperately trying to raise his arms above his head as she crushed it. So he made it.
Jimmy, I couldn't watch a small, modest Royal Rumble last night.
Yeah,
at the wrestling.
That's what laid waste to you. Jimmy ends the email by saying, love you both. Merry Christmas to all the family and friends. Remember, sometimes food poisoning can lead you into a position where the world's biggest female pop star thinks she might need to call security on you.
People are brave. I think people, like when you have like your gastric bypass thing, like how, because you imagine it's like a rubber band and it sort of like takes off a bit of your stomach.
Is that what it does?
I believe it just makes the stomach smaller.
Sure.
So what about that bit where the food doesn't get to? Is that just I'm just kind of confused.
I don't know how it works.
If they make
I imagine they've thought it through, I expect.
Yeah. Do they just sort of make it presumably I'm thinking of like the stomach as a thing, and I am presuming that the rubber band just sort of like absolutely takes out some of the stomach, but what in reality it probably is it restricts the stomach from expanding, so therefore you feel bigger quicker. So because you wouldn't want a part of the stomach not doing anything, would you?
So
not absorbing food.
According to Google, it creates a small stomach pouch and reroutes part of the small intestine, reducing food intake and calorie absorption, leading to a significant weight loss and improvement in obesity-related conditions.
So that stomach pouch, what's that doing now? It's not doing anything. Would it not just necrotize and just sort of go, well, I'm going to stop being a stomach because I'm not doing any of the stomachy things. I'm not fulfilling my stomachy destiny.
No, I think what's happening is I'm looking at the Google images.
Right.
The stomach gets vastly reduced in size. Look like that.
Shows it.
Right, and then they cut off the rest of the stomach, and the tube goes into that bit of the stomach and out again, and bypasses the rest of the stomach.
So the rest of the stomach's not. So the rest of the stomach's not doing anything. It's not receiving presumably stomach acid. It's not receiving the things that it needs to.
It's a good question.
I'm sure
we've got a couple of official GPs of Luke and Pete show. They'll be able to tell us.
Exactly.
They'll be able to tell us.
I imagine people who have. It must be quite annoying if you've had the. It's quite a big operation, the old gastric band. And now Ozempic's around, you must be fucking annoyed.
Yeah, don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Don't need it anymore.
Maybe
well,
not.
you can't.
It's not for everybody, is it?
You can't live in the future, Peter.
You simply can't.
Before we go, let's just finish off with this final food poisoning email we selected from Andrew in Connecticut. Peter, take it away.
All right, okay. Final one. Yes, Luke and Pete, while on vacation in Bermuda with my family in 2005, I ate Eggs Benedict and got food poisoning.
One of your faves, isn't it, Egg Benedict?
Yeah, I do like a bit of Eggs Benedict. I had 24 awful hours hugging the toilet and laying on the bathroom floor. Once I started to feel better, I went to the bar at the hotel to watch the TV. The bartender and customer were watching the Liverpool AC Milan final. Oh, that one. At half-time, with Liverpool down 0-3, I asked if we could change the channel. Needless to say, my request was not received well. You all know what happened after half-time. I was completely mesmerised and have been a Liverpool supporter ever since. Without food poisoning, I may not have become a Liverpool convert and supporter. Andrew from Connecticut. Where we live in Simsbury, Connecticut, which sounds like where the Sims would live.
It does, doesn't it?
Speaking the Simlish and that, we have bears as pests, not raccoons. We even have special bear-proof trash cans.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because Simsbury is not that far northwest of where my wife's family are from. And although I have seen bears in New England, I've been much further north than that, like up in Vermont,
right?
Places like that. I've never really seen one in Connecticut, although apparently they do knock about down there.
Yeah, nice.
So I kind of do want to see a bear at some point in Connecticut. That'd be good. I've only really seen him from the car in Vermont. Have you seen that footage of the guy who was testing out his drone?
No.
So I don't know if this is AI or what, but I don't think it is because I think it's quite an old piece of footage. There's a guy a few years ago testing out his drone in like a snowy landscape somewhere. I guess he's gone in his car and driven to the woods or whatever. And he's flying his drone up and down these kind of gaps in the trees of this forest.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you just see a bear chasing a man.
No.
So a man is like running away from a bear. A bear's chasing him and the drone sort of swoops down and the bear kind of gives up the chase and kind of wanders off.
Right.
And
well, that's good. You'd want to use your drone for good.
Well, I don't
you?
think it's because of the drone. I'm not sure.
Oh, right.
It's just,
I'd want to go down and try and distract the bear. No,
it's a crazy bit of footage. I'm hoping it's real.
I would not want to be being chased by a bear and then a drone appears and I'm like, I'm being chased by both things now. This is a nightmare. Don't forget
the trick with a bear is, as I've always said to you guys, if you do find yourself encountering a bear, always try and get between the mother and its cub.
Yes.
That's the safest
that is the
thing
Look
you
at
can
Pete Shaw
Official tip.
and we are licensed to give that authority.
Absolutely.
We do have the authority and experience.
We're both outdoorsmen.
Outdoorsmen.
We've spent many a time out in there, like we're grizzly men. We are
exactly, yeah. And sometimes hostels.
Right, mostly hostels.
We've been the Look at Pete Shaw. We'll be back on Thursday. Get your emails.
Which will be Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. That feels bad. That feels important.
Yeah, we should probably do something for that.
Yeah,
probably won't though.
In the video version, we might put some snow on the screen.
Or look some jingle bells over
jingle bells,
theme.
Jingle bells. We'll be
see you later
on then. So Merry pre-Christmas.
Bye.